It's Wolf, and I'm going to be showing you guys how I managed to make a physical copy of Club Penguin. This is not really a tutorial so much as it is like a proof of concept, because I don't really know how useful this actually is, but it's just very interesting that it works. So Waddle Forever, if you are unaware, is a Club Penguin single player client. Came out a while ago. I've made a handful of tutorials about it. It's a good way to play Club Penguin single player. You can modify the game, all sorts of fun stuff if you want to see videos about that. I've got a whole playlist about it. I'm probably not going to put this video in that playlist though, because this isn't really a tutorial for it so much as it is just an interesting thing. One of the things with Waddle Forever is that it is very, very well self-contained. So pretty much every single thing that you need in order to run Club Penguin is within the Waddle Forever folder that you're actually going to download. So if you have Waddle Forever downloaded, long story short, you can pretty much put it onto removable storage, and you can put it onto another computer that's still running like Windows or, well, I don't know if it works with the Linux version of Waddle Forever, and there's not a Mac OS version right now. So I'm pretty sure this only works with the Windows version, and it could differ, like your mileage may vary and stuff, but I have gotten this to work on two different computers. So this is my B-Link Mini PC, which is my main computer that I use whenever I mess around with Club Penguin stuff, and I'm just going to show you guys real quick that that is the computer that I'm on right now, because we are going to swap over to another computer in a little while. Just in general, that it has like the hardware summary. It's got an i3, some other things like that. I'm actually going to be swapping over to an iMac for the second part of this video, where I show it working on another computer. So, long story short though, this is the stuff of this computer, and you'll see when I swap over to the other computer that it is in fact a completely different computer. So, I'm going to be demonstrating this video actually using a flash drive, but also walking you guys through the process of putting it onto a disk. I'm using a flash drive because it's far quicker to do this on a flash drive, but it does work on a disk. It just takes forever to load. So right now I have a 16 gigabyte flash drive inserted into this computer. The size of the flash drive, I don't really know if it matters that much because Waddle Forever is not especially big, but we're going to go ahead and format this. And I'm going to use exFAT. I'm not really sure if the format you use matters, but I use exFAT for a lot of my external drives just because it works best for the various stuff that I do. So now that is formatted, I'm going to go ahead and literally just drag this entire folder onto this flash drive, and it will copy everything on there to this flash drive. So this might take a minute, so I'm probably going to go ahead and speed up the video here. So that is finished downloading onto the, or swapping over to the hard drive. That took a lot longer than I expected. I don't remember it taking that long before. But just think, on the DVD that I have this on, it takes even longer. But yeah, so now I have put all that onto this flash drive. I think part of the reason why it takes so long, alongside the fact that I'm pretty sure my flash drive is just kind of a slow one, is because there's like 20,000 files in Waddle Forever, even though it's not a particularly like large size program. Anyway, though, that is now put onto this flash drive. Also, just for the sake of completeness, I'm just going to show you guys kind of generally what you would do if you were putting this onto a DVD. So this computer does not have a DVD drive built in, but I have an external one. So external drive is plugged in, and if you were going to put this on a DVD, it's not showing up here yet because there's not actually a disc in it, but as you can hear, I am putting a disc in it now. And this should be a blank disc. I don't know, I just kind of grabbed a random one. So yeah, now DVD RW, and you would want to put it like a USB flash drive, not with a CD/DVD player for this. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because that's not what we're actually going to do anyway. So now I'm going to shut this computer off and hook up the iMac that I'm going to show you guys Waddle Forever also working on off of an external drive. So now here we are on my iMac. Even though this is a Mac, this is running Windows through Boot Camp, so it's running it like any other computer would run Windows. This is an Intel iMac, so yeah, there's not any like emulation or anything going on. And let me just show you guys the sysinfo page for this so you can see that this is an entirely different computer alongside the fact that there's different background and different games installed on here. So yeah, this has an i7, whereas the other one had an i3. It even says on here it's made by Apple and it's an iMac. So totally different computer. There is nothing Waddle Forever related installed on this computer. And I'm going to now plug in the flash drive that I have and show you guys Waddle Forever running off of this completely external drive. So that's plugged in now. Might take a second because Windows on like all of my Windows computers is very slow when it first starts up. But here we are, and now we can go ahead and hit the Waddle Forever client just like we would if this was installed on this computer like normal, or if we were on the other computer that I have that I do Club Penguin stuff with. It'll probably take a minute to load because it is running off of an external drive, and this drive is kind of slow it seems like, but it will eventually launch. And after I do this, I'm going to show you guys it running off of, oh there it goes. I'm going to show you guys it running off of the DVD that I have of this Burned 2, which is going to take a lot longer to load, but it will in fact work. But yeah, as you can see, the game has booted up, and we can go ahead and log in and play just like we would if we had downloaded this game if we had downloaded Waddle Forever onto this computer in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here, and then I'm going to hook up the DVD drive and the DVD that I have Waddle Forever on and show you guys this running off of a DVD. So the DVD drive has been plugged in, and I've got my DVD-R with Waddle Forever on it right here. So putting the DVD-R with Waddle Forever on it into the disk drive, and I barely have room on my desk, so the mouse movement might look a little weird because I literally have the mouse on my leg to control it right now. You can probably even hear the DVD drive working. So computer has recognized it. We'll go into here, and just like on the flash drive, everything is here. It's just going to take longer to load. Because a DVD is going to be slower than a flash drive, and there's also a billion files in Waddle Forever. So hit Waddle Forever client, and it will think about it for a while, and eventually it will go ahead and load. So I might have to speed up the video again because this can take like 10 minutes sometimes, 15 minutes, but it will eventually load up. Alright, Waddle Forever has loaded, although for some reason it didn't pop up right at the top. I had to go down here and click it. But it says Waddle Forever is ready, so go ahead and hit start. And I think part of the reason why it takes so long to load from the get-go is because it's like loading everything that it's going to need, because once the game actually launches, it usually runs pretty alright. But we'll see, because this is still going to this is still taking a minute here. I did test this, by the way. It worked earlier. And I've tested this on 2 computers. I tested it not only on this iMac, but also actually on the $200 on laptop from Walmart that I made a video on a couple years ago. That took forever though, because that computer is like slow in general. But yeah, so the actual window is opening up now. And everything is taking its time, but it is loading. And you can probably even hear the disc working still, depending on how well the microphone picks it up, because the DVD drive is literally right in front of the microphone. By the way, the reason why this looks different in terms of like the party and the settings and stuff is because I made this DVD a while ago, like actually like a couple months ago, and I just didn't get around to making the video till now. Since this is on a DVD, a DVD-R, I don't believe anything you do in the game will be saved because there's no way for the computer to write it back onto the disc. I'm not totally sure though, but I don't believe so. But anyway, yeah, here we are, and we are back in Club Penguin once more, and it is running off of a DVD, and there is nothing that was installed on this computer beforehand, anything related to Waddle Forever or anything, and it works. So like I said, this is more of a proof of concept than an actual tutorial, because this takes a really long time to get set up. But if you want to try it, it's pretty easy to do. You can try it with a flash drive like I did earlier. That just requires a flash drive. But if you happen to have a DVD drive and a DVD-R, it might work on a DVD-RW as well. You can try it on there. It will not work with a CD, at least not like the normal version of Waddle Forever will not work on a CD because it is slightly too big to fit onto a CD. If there's some way to shrink it, probably would, but I don't really know of a way to do that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in other stuff in the future, and bye bye.